Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, Jon Jordan. So I've done a previous video about staking on Loom network, Loom network's plasma chain, as you can see here. So I thought I'd do a quick follow-up just to show kind of what happens once you have been staking for a while, been a couple of months now, and kind of how, very simply, how the reward structure works. So Loom network and its plasma chain is a layer 2 technology currently for Ethereum, coming to other blockchains as well. Basically, it just adds kind of off-chain functionality, so it's less secure but much faster. So certainly for Ethereum, that's pretty important if you're trying to run things on a blockchain but don't want to kind of wait around for a proof of work blockchain like Ethereum. Obviously for stuff like EOS and Tron, which are already delegated proof of stake, doesn't matter so much, but for Ethereum it's pretty important. So on this, this is just a web interface that I'm using, and we can see here the different validators. So we can see here there's a whole bunch. Down the bottom there's some of the ones that kind of Loom started off with, which are now inactive, as it's had kind of commercial organisations come in and set up their own staking pools. Then obviously Loom's kind of dropped out. So we can see here's some pretty big ones. What's the biggest one? Blockware Solutions has almost 16 million staked. NGC StakeX 14 million. On stake with us has almost 97 million. So there's various different validators you can stake with. So if we go to my account, we can see what's going on in terms of my little input into this big world. So balance mainnet is basically what I'm holding in my wallet. So to connect the plasma chain, I'm using MetaMask. So there's no Loom in my MetaMask wallet, which is on the Ethereum main chain. We can see here's almost 19 Loom on the plasma chain. So that's 19 Loom that is being held on the plasma chain, but it's not staked. So I can deposit or withdraw. We have ideas about the cycle that's going through and rewards. So now I actually should point out, so I have 2 delegations. So mainly most of my stuff I've not got very much. 1,207 is delegated with Mythos, and then I was just messing around and put another 85 in with stake with us. So when we go to the rewards, obviously the point of doing this kind of staking mechanic is that you're locking up your Loom, so you can't, I mean obviously you can take it out if you want to, but you can't trade it straight away if you wanted to, and you're kind of helping validate and secure the system by staking it. And obviously at the moment it doesn't really matter, but if some validators were to do things that were not good, then people could take their stakes away and put them to other validators who offered a better solution, or in time then you might get better fees, better reward structures with different validators. Obviously with Loom Network, pretty early days at the moment. And we can see here I've got some rewards, so we can go to rewards, and I've got 3.5 Loom unclaimed reward. So whatever Loom price is at the moment, I don't know, look like a few cents, 8 cents, something like that. So not a vast amount of money. You're not really doing this to kind of, I guess, get rich in that sense. So I can claim that reward. So it's going through my MetaMask just to sign, basically just to prove that I own that wallet and I'm kind of entitled to do that. So there we go. I've got no claimed rewards now. I've claimed it, so I can go back to my account, and hopefully, yeah, we can see now on the main net I've still got 0, but now on the plasma chain I've got 22, almost 22.5 Loom. So what could I do? Let's see. Okay, so a bit of confusion there. Let me see if I can get this flow right. So I've got 22.5 almost Loom on the plasma chain. So if I the deposit is obviously depositing from the main net, the withdrawal is withdrawing from the plasma chain to the main net. So I'm not doing that. So the UX is not very good in this case. So if I want to stake that, say 22 Loom, let's go and stake some tokens. Okay, so let's go and try and stake them with, where are they gone? Stake with us. Okay, so we can see here I've already got 85 with them. So I'm gonna, because I've already staked with them, I'm getting this UI. If I was actually, let's go back. If I was going to say do it with Block Matrix, who I've not staked with before, I've not staked with Block Matrix, so I'm going to stake my token. So I'd go through that flow. I'll just do it that way. Okay. So let's go stake with Block Matrix. So let's see if this works. So I can do 22. You can change the lockup time, and obviously the more you lock it up, the more bonuses you get. So maybe let's look it up for 3 months and delegate. So we're going to have to obviously sign that off. Obviously it says could take several minutes, or maybe several several signatures. Aha! So there we go. So now we can see here. Now it's not delegated yet. We can see here it says my stake is bonding, so it's basically pending process. The amount delegated is not yet delegated, but the updated amount will be 22. I locked it for 3 months, and we can see the time period. So we can see here. So hopefully, if we go back to my account, there we go. So it's not showing up yet because we're waiting for the chain to update. But block matrix is now part of my delegations, my rewards. They are still there, so it's not quite 0, but 0.0018, and then my plasma chain, the loom that's on my plasma chain, is down to 0.47 because the 22 I'd done is going to end up with block matrix. So there we go, got there in the end. So again, I mean, I have to say, since I did the original video, the UX of this plasma chain dashboard has improved, but there's still a bit of flow issues to be doing, which will probably improve over time. Obviously, with all these blockchain things, they're always being improved. So anyway, as I say, that is how you kind of stake your rewards. And obviously, the point is to be kind of going in and staking your rewards. It's not it's dangerous kind of comparison to make, but it's a little bit, say, with a stock you own and you get dividends. You know, that's money coming out. So what do you do with that? You can obviously take it out if you want to, but it's kind of best to invest it. Similar idea about, I guess, about kind of compound interest. If you have a bank account and it pays interest, then you keep it in the bank account, and your interest kind of grows faster in a compounding kind of manner. That's one of the ideas behind staking. Obviously, it's a bit different because you're staking with a kind of token or currency, cryptocurrency that is potentially rapidly changing fiat price during that period of time. So not a great analogy, but basically every so often you should be going into your rewards and kind of restaking them or removing them and selling them if that's kind of what you want to do. But obviously you probably need to be staking a lot of tokens for that to kind of make any real monetary sense. Although obviously some people who are staking millions of tokens may well be doing that as part of a wider business model. Okay, thanks for watching. So this is Blockchain Gaming World, where normally we spend a lot of time playing blockchain games, but occasionally we do a bit of kind of blockchain tech as well. The reason we do it for Loom Network is Loom's being used by a lot of game developers, so that's why I'm interested in it. But thanks for watching. Any comments, stick them in the comments box, please. Don't forget to subscribe, but hope to see you again soon.